Now for what's trending in true crime, a Georgia beauty queen who seemed to be living her best life is now behind bars, accused of the murder of an 18-month-old child. On Friday, 18-year-old Trinity Poague was arrested on multiple charges, including felony murder in connection to the death of that baby boy. Now, Poague is currently being held without any bond, and multiple sources are reporting that Poague was dating the child's father. In October, the 18-year-old was named Miss Donalsonville and later competed in the National Peanut Festival pageant. She's a student at Georgia Southwestern State University. So will this beauty queen stay behind bars? Let's bring in our power panel and get their thoughts. I'm so pleased to have with me forensic death investigator, professor at Jacksonville State University, and the host of the Body Bags podcast, Joseph Scott Morgan. Civil attorney and celebrity attorney, John M. Phillips, and criminal defense attorney and former elected district attorney, Matthew Mangino. Wow, what a panel we have on this Tuesday morning. Big welcome to you all. Let's go around the horn. I want to get all of your thoughts on this and what is coming up next for this beauty queen. Matthew Mangino, as you were the former district attorney, I'd love for you to kick off this conversation for us, please.
Well, yeah, this is a strange case. You have a college student and a child, an 18-month-old infant in a dormitory who's transported to the hospital, which subsequently is determined that there's blunt force trauma that caused this child's death, and ultimately this student is arrested. Obviously, she was a caregiver. She was there in this dormitory room. There's been investigations in terms of potential witnesses and evidence, and ultimately the state believes that they have sufficient evidence to charge her with murder.
Right, Matthew. These charges, they are heavy. This is serious stuff for this very young woman, only 18. Attorney John Phillips, to you next, please. Lots of public interest in this one, as you know, with her history of being a beauty pageant winner.
Yeah, it adds another element because we don't expect those that succeed, right? Those that are known for beauty and, some sophistication to be able to get through the pageant process, to be murderers, particularly at so young. It's interesting too that this is felony murder. The family set up a GoFundMe, and it's just truly tragic when you've lost a life. Certainly there's accountability for that, but now you've got an 18-year-old who's facing the criminal justice system probably for life.
Right, John. Well said. And I like what you said there. It's even more stunning when you see someone who is on a successful path. And this is someone who's in school and winning pageants and then hear these charges. And of course, we're all mindful they are just charges at this point. Joseph Scott Morgan, last but certainly not least, I have somewhat of a different question for you, please, tapping into your expertise as a death investigator. There are reports that the child died of blunt force trauma, but we don't know much more this morning. So tell me where your head is this morning on where the investigation may have gone, how investigators might have arrived at that conclusion with this little baby.
Yeah, good morning, Julie, and to the rest of the panel. I got to tell you, this is what she is faced with relative to this. She's brought down the full weight and force of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Apparently, this child was in a dormitory room at a state university. And so this is really going to be under the microscope. I can just put it to you very bluntly like that. Now, as far as the blunt force trauma this child sustained, that can come in any number of forms. Was an object used? Were her hands or feet potentially used? We don't really know at this particular time. But that dorm room in particular is going to be cordoned off. It'll be used as the central location, if you imagine it as the hub of a wagon wheel, with the rest of the investigation extending outward from there. And I'll be curious to see how the campus police were able to secure that area, because if you're talking about blunt force trauma, if there's blood deposition in that room, on any of the beds, bedding, on any of the walls, those sorts of things. That's going to have to be locked down. Was it secured and preserved? Did she have a roommate? I have no idea. We're going to find out more. But this is going to be a full court press by the state of Georgia. You can take that to the bank.
Great insight from you as always, Professor Joe. Thank you so much for that.